Welcome to Halloween Be Thy Name. Today's story is about the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant was a kind of chest or box which housed the presence of God, according to the Bible. It was kept in the temple of the kingdom. Now, at one point, the kingdom was at war with another place, and they brought the Ark of the Covenant with them onto the battlefield, thinking this would help them to win the war. Now, unfortunately, the Ark of the Covenant was stolen. A young man ran from the front lines and told the temple keeper, Eli, that the Ark of the Covenant had been stolen. Eli was so filled with shock that he fell backwards off of his stool and broke his neck upon landing. Now the Ark of the Covenant was taken away by the other kingdom and put into the temple of their god, the god Dagon. Now, that night, while everyone was asleep, the Ark of the Covenant sat on a stool in the center, and the god Dagon on a pillar nearby. In the morning, they found the god Dagon had fallen from the pillar and was lying flat before the Ark of the Covenant. They stood him back up again. The next night, the Ark of the Covenant sat in the center of the temple, and the statue of Dagon sat on his pillar. In the morning, they found that Dagon had fallen flat on the floor in front of the Ark of the Covenant, and his hands and head had been chopped off. So they decided they would send the Ark of the Covenant to another town. They didn't want it in their temple anymore, so they sent the Ark of the Covenant away. Now, in this next town, where the Ark of the Covenant was kept, all the men of the town developed hemorrhoids falling out of them. And they knew this was their punishment for stealing the Ark of the Covenant. So they decided, all full of the pain of hemorrhoids, having to sit down on rounded cushions, they decided, we don't need this in our life anymore. So they decided they would send the Ark of the Covenant straight back to its original kingdom. But first of all, they lifted the lid, and they filled it with golden ornaments in the shape of their hemorrhoids.